Jasper was a little cat with emerald eyes that sparkled like tiny jewels in the sunlight. His fur, soft and golden like the first rays of dawn, seemed to glow whenever he sat in the sunlight. But despite his radiant appearance, Jasper often felt a shadow in his heart. He yearned for someone to play with, someone to share his dreams and secrets with, someone who could fill the quiet moments with laughter and companionship. But alas, Jasper lived alone in a cozy little cottage nestled at the edge of the woods, where his days were filled with long, lazy naps and the silent company of dust bunnies that danced in the corners of his home. One sunny afternoon, as the golden light poured through the windows, Jasper decided he couldn't bear the silence anymore. With a determined leap, he padded over to the windowsill and peered out at the vibrant world beyond the glass. Birds chirped merrily in the trees, their songs weaving a melody of joy, while squirrels darted and chased each other up and down the sturdy trunks of the trees, and butterflies, delicate and colorful, fluttered gracefully among the wildflowers that swayed in the gentle breeze. "Oh, how I wish I had someone to share this beautiful day with," Jasper thought, his emerald eyes reflecting the beauty outside. He sighed deeply, his heart heavy with longing, as the vibrant world outside seemed to mock his solitude. But Jasper was not one to give up. Determined to change his lonely existence, he stepped out of his cozy cottage and onto the dirt path, ready to explore the world and find a friend. First, Jasper approached a group of sparrows chirping on a fence post. Their lively chatter filled the crisp morning air, and Jasper's ears perked up with curiosity. He thought perhaps if he could join in their song, they might accept him as one of their own. He tried his best to chirp like them, tilting his head and opening his mouth wide. But instead of a sweet melody, a croaky meow escaped, startling even himself. The sparrows, startled by the strange sound, took flight in a flurry of feathers. Jasper watched them disappear into the sky, his tail flicking in frustration. That didn't go as planned, he thought. Disheartened but not defeated, Jasper wandered further into the yard. He soon spotted a pair of squirrels frolicking in a pile of autumn leaves. Their playful energy was contagious, and Jasper felt a spark of hope. Maybe they would be more welcoming. He crouched low and tried to mimic their playful chattering, but instead of blending in, his attempts came out as a series of awkward meows and purrs. He even tried twitching his tail like theirs, but it only made him look more out of place. The squirrels paused for a moment, their tiny heads tilting in confusion. Then, with a flick of their bushy tails, they scurried up a tree, disappearing into the branches. Jasper sighed, his heart sinking as he watched them vanish. "Why is it so hard to make friends?" wondered Jasper, his whiskers drooping with disappointment. He had tried so hard, but it seemed like no one understood him. The world felt a little lonelier in that moment. With heavy paws and a heavier heart, he returned to his empty cottage. The once cozy space now felt cold and quiet. Jasper curled up by the window, gazing out at the world that seemed so far away, wondering if he'd ever find a friend. As days turned into nights, Jasper almost gave up hope. The once vibrant world outside his window now seemed distant and unreachable. The moonlight, which used to bring him comfort, now only highlighted the emptiness he felt inside. He longed for connection, for a sign that things could change. Then, one breezy morning, a new scent drifted past his window, the sweet aroma of freshly baked cookies. It was unlike anything he had ever smelled before, warm and inviting, carrying with it a sense of home and belonging. His ears perked up, and his tail twitched with curiosity. For the first time in what felt like forever, Jasper felt a spark of excitement. What could this delightful scent mean? Where was it coming from? He followed the scent to a neighboring house, his paws padding softly along the fence. As he approached, he peeked through an open window, his heart racing with anticipation. Inside, a young girl with rosy cheeks was placing a plate of cookies on the table. The room was filled with warmth, the golden light of the morning sun streaming through the curtains. She had kind eyes and a smile that reminded Jasper of warm sunshine. Her gentle demeanor seemed to radiate kindness, and Jasper felt an unfamiliar sense of comfort. A playful brown puppy with floppy ears bounded around her feet, its joyful energy filling the room. The puppy's carefree spirit was infectious, and Jasper couldn't help but feel a flicker of hope. Maybe, just maybe, thought Jasper, a glimmer of hope flickering in his emerald eyes. This could be the start of something special. For the first time in a long while, the world didn't seem so lonely. Mustering all his courage, Jasper crept closer to the window. The little girl, noticing his shadow, turned around. Her eyes widened in surprise, and then a smile spread across her face. "Look, Buster!" she exclaimed, her voice filled with delight. "It's a kitty!" She gently opened the window wider and Jasper cautiously stepped inside. The puppy, Buster, bounded towards him, tail wagging furiously. Jasper, initially hesitant, found himself charmed by the puppy's boundless energy and playful nips. Soon they were chasing each other around the room, the sound of their laughter filling the air. From that day forward, Jasper was no longer lonely. He spent his days playing with Buster and basking in the warmth of the little girl's affection. They shared cookies, chased butterflies in the garden, and curled up together for cozy naps. Jasper had finally found the friends he had always longed for, proving that even the smallest glimmer of hope can blossom into the most beautiful friendship. And though he still enjoyed a good nap and the occasional chat with a dust bunny, Jasper's heart was now overflowing with love and laughter.